love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to hand me piece of candy. Grandma's hands pick me up each time I fell. Grandma's hands, boy, they really came in handy. She said, Maddie, don't you wish that boy what you wanna spank him for? He didn't drop no apple core, but I don't have grandma anymore. If I get to heaven, I'm looking for grandma's hands.
Good morning. Welcome to the Community Church of Chapel Hill, Unitarian Universalist. My name is Jean McKinney, and I'm a member of the Worship Associates Ministry. Our minister is Reverend Tom Belote. Our service this morning will be led by our intern minister, Caleigh Grogan. I especially want to welcome any visitors or newcomers to our church and call your attention to the special note for you on the back of the order of the service entitled, Welcome Guests and Newcomers. The lyrics to hymns and all elements of the service may be found on your screen, and a complete order of service, including this week's announcements, is available via the link in the Sunday morning email and on the church website. Our in-person Sunday social is held immediately following this service. Please turn off or silence any cell phones so that we might have a worshipful experience. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you arrived at this beloved place, you are welcome here. And this morning we have a Within These Walls announcement. Is Andrew here? By our treasurer, Andrew Wright.
Morning, everyone. I'm Andrew Wright, your church treasurer, and on Sunday, June 7th, immediately following the single service, will be a budget town hall, and this is your opportunity to ask detailed questions about the operating budget and go into a little more nuance than we have time to do during the congregational meetings. It's a great opportunity to get involved in all aspects of the church. The other thing I want to mention is we are doing a building project. Ernie Wilkes opened it up a couple weeks ago, and I just want to remind everyone that we are accepting donations for that. You can use the QR code on the back of the service and just mention it's for the building project. He talked about the expensive portions, which are the two big HVACs on the roof here, as well as redoing all the roofs. There are some visible portions as well, which will be more exciting for everyone to see, which is getting a new railing on the balcony back there to make that space usable again, and upgrading the stage, as well as some other things as well. But hope to see you all at the Budget Town Hall, Sunday, June 7th, immediately following the single service. Thanks.
Thank you, Andrew. Please stand in body or spirit for our opening hymn, How Could Anyone? It's on page 1053 in the Till hymnal.
How could anyone
We come into this place, each of us home to a multitude of relationships. We are parents, siblings, children, spouses, grandparents, friends, and neighbors. We are strangers until we are not. We lift one another up, and despite our best efforts, we let one another down. Together we build families, communities, and wide networks of mutuality. We also disappoint each other, put up walls, and cause one another harm. As we gather today on Mother's Day, let us remember and hold in care the many relationships we have on this day. Whether this is a time of joy or grief, of celebration, anger, confusion, or indifference, you and all of your feelings are welcome here. In our shared and holy imperfection, may we greet one another with gladness. May we offer and receive abundant grace, for we each have a part to play in creating the world anew each day. Come, let us worship together. The words to your chalice lighting are in your order of service, and please join me if you wish to do so. We are of the stars, the dust of the explosions cast across space. We are of the earth. We breathe and live in the breath of ancient plants and beasts. We gather anew this day to celebrate our common heritage. May we recall in gratitude all that has given us birth.
How long do you wanna be loved? As you wander through this troubled world, in search of all things beautiful, you can close your eyes and you're miles away, and hear my voice like a serenade. How long do you wanna be loved? Do you wanna be loved? Is forever enough? Is forever enough? How long do you wanna be loved? Do you wanna be loved? Is forever enough? 'Cause I'm never, never giving you. How long do you wanna be loved? Do you wanna be loved? Do you wanna be loved? Is forever enough? Is forever enough? How long do you wanna be loved? Do you wanna be loved? Is forever enough? 'Cause I'm never, never giving you up. Is forever enough? 'Cause I'm never, never giving you up.
Thank you to Taryn and all of our lovely musicians this morning. Frequently, we make time in our service to hold the joys and sorrows that we carry with us into this community. So at this time, I invite you, if you have a significant personal joy or sorrow, to come down either far aisle, and when it is your turn, place a stone in the bowl, share your name, and briefly share your joy or sorrow.
Good morning, I'm Jenny Warnash, 3 Stones. My stepmother-in-law and father-in-law are moving in with us on Wednesday for 6 months. She's getting bilateral hip replacements. The first one is in a week and a half. Hopefully that all goes well. Second, my husband is retired as of last Monday. It did not quite end exactly the way we wanted, but it was planned, and I'm just glad it happened. And the most exciting one, next Saturday, we're going up to Annapolis. My son is graduating from the U.S. Naval Academy. I am so proud of him and excited. It's a whole week of festivities. And then he's going to go to pilot school, so he's got 2 years of flight school. But the most exciting part of that is that it was supposed to be, there's a set rotation, and it was supposed to be the president speaking, and it will not be the president speaking. It will be the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Hallelujah.
So my name is Paige Smith, and my joy is that after 31 years at UNC Greensboro, including 3 years in what they call phased retirement, which is work half time, half salary, I am done. I am completely done and fully retired. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kara, and these are my parents, John and Valerie, and we are visiting from Sacramento area of California, and my mom really wanted to come today. We go to the UU Church in Auburn, California, and we're here for a sad reason. My brother Daniel is on home hospice and in his final few days, and that's it. Okay.
Thank you. It's good to be here with people who we know understand our grief, so thank you.
Rachel Rose, and I have a joy and sorrow. My joy is that Mother's Day means that I have two beautiful and healthy children. And it also, I miss my mother every day, but Mother's Day puts an exclamation point on it for me. And today will most likely be my mother-in-law's last Mother's Day, so I'm doing my best to make it special for her and meaningful for our family as we step into this next phase.
Morning. My name is Taryn Bonner Hirsch. Some of you might know I've been working at a farm school, and I recently found out that my contract will not be renewed for next year. So. I place 3 more stones in the bowl to close. One for all the mothers we're celebrating on this Mother's Day. And one for all those for whom this holiday is not always so joyful. For those who don't have a relationship to Mother's Day like we see in the greeting cards. For those mothers who have lost children. Children who have lost their mothers, mothers and children who are estranged, for those who feel abandoned or frustrated more than they feel gratitude, for all those whose experiences of parenthood do not fit neatly into mother or father. And I place one final stone for all those joys and sorrows that remain unspoken, and for all of those without a community in which to share them. Now I invite you to join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. As we hold here in this silence all that has been shared, as the joys and sorrows of this community find a home in each of our hearts, we are held not only by the great and abiding mystery that is this universe, but by the memories and legacies of all those who came before us. May we feel their presence here with us today. All of our ancestors, both by blood and by spirit, remain with us. In our sorrow and our despair, may we call on their wisdom. As we experience the troubles in our lives, the death, the doubt, the disappointment, may we be strengthened and guided by those who have shaped us, who have given us life. And in our joy, in our celebrations of love and birth and new chapters beginning, may we know that our joy is shared. Our joy is multiplied not only by our companions here, but by all those we carry with us in our hearts. May we honor their memories, and may we strive to become ancestors to future generations of blessed and miraculous beings. Blessed be, and may it be so. Our musicians will now lead us in our sung meditation, the words to which are printed on your order of service.
So we're going to teach you this meditation hymn, and as Caleigh said, the words are in your order of service. We're going to sing it through as a group, and then we'll sing it all in unison as a congregation, and then we'll sing it as a round in 4 parts, twice through.
Our reading this morning is the poem Lessons by Jacqueline Woodson. My mother says, when Mama tried to teach me to make collards and potato salad, I didn't want to learn. She opens the box of pancake mix, adds milk and eggs, stirs. I watch, grateful for the food we have now, syrup waiting in the cabinet, bananas to slice on top. It's Saturday morning. 5 days a week, she leaves us to work at an office in Brownsville. Saturday, we have her to ourselves all day long. Me and Kay didn't want to be inside cooking. She stirs the lumps from the batter, pours it into the buttered pan, hissing. Wanted to be with our friends, running wild through Greenville. There was a man with a peach tree down the road. One day, Robert climbed over that fence, filled a bucket with peaches, wouldn't share them with any of us, but told us where the peach tree was. And that's where we wanted to be, sneaking peaches from that man's tree, throwing the rotten ones at your uncle's. Mama wanted us to learn to cook. Ask the boys, we said. And Mama knew that wasn't fair. Girls inside with the boys going off to steal peaches. So she let all of us stay outside until supper time. But by then, she says, putting our breakfast on the table, it was too late. Here ends our reading.
Freely have we received gifts that minister to our needs of body and spirit. Gladly we bring to our church and its wide concerns a portion of this bounty. If you wish to donate online, there's a QR code on the back of the order of service, and there is information on the church's website. We will now receive the morning offering.
You are held by holy angels, holy angels, all around you. Hush now, sleep, child, sing the holy angels. We are holding you. You can rest. Morning will come, child. The dawn will break through the darkness. We are holding you through the light of the newborn day. You are held by holy angels, holy angels, all around you. You are held by holy angels, holy angels, all around you. We are holding you. You can rest.
In 1870, Unitarian writer and activist Julia Ward Howe delivered what became known as the Mother's Day Proclamation. It wasn't until 40 years later that a woman named Anna Jarvis succeeded in lobbying for an official Mother's Day, first celebrated in West Virginia and then recognized by the United States Congress 4 years later. Well, Jarvis didn't credit Julia Ward Howe, and there's no real direct line between Jarvis's organizing and Howe's proclamation 40 years earlier. Howe and Anna Jarvis's mother were contemporaries who were both active in trying to establish some kind of officially recognized Mother's Day. So I can understand why Julia Ward Howe is considered by some to be one of the founding mothers of the holiday, and why, therefore, it has a connection to our Unitarian history. Of course, the Mother's Day we know today bears very little resemblance to the visions held by either Julia Ward Howe or Anna Jarvis. Jarvis's mother, Anne, was one of many mothers involved in organizing events, promoting unity and reconnection in the wake of the Civil War. She appealed to other mothers who shared the losses of their sons, regardless of which side they were on. The occasion for Julia Ward Howe's proclamation was a Mother's Day for Peace. She didn't really call for celebrating mothers or honoring the work and contributions of mothers. Rather, she called on mothers across the world to unite their power for a common purpose. She wrote, "We will not have great questions decided by irrelevant agencies. Our husbands shall not come to us reeking with carnage for caresses and applause. Our sons shall not be taken from us to unlearn all that we have been able to teach them of charity, mercy, and patience. We women of one country will be too tender to those of another country to allow our sons to be trained to injure theirs." She was writing just after the Civil War and reflecting on the start of the Franco-Prussian War. Shocked and appalled by the ongoing global conflict, Howe felt like it was time for women around the world to stand up against men who were continuing to choose violence, choosing to wage war to solve problems. She goes on, "As men have often forsaken the plow and anvil at the summons of war, let women now leave all that may be left of home for a great and earnest day of council. Let them meet as women, first to bewail and commemorate the dead. Let them then solemnly take counsel with each other as to the means whereby the great human family can live in peace." Ultimately, Howe calls for an international Congress of Women to be established for the purpose of promoting, quote, "the alliance of the different nationalities, the amicable settlement of international questions, and the great and general interest of peace." Now, for the next 10 years, Howe continued pushing this goal of hosting a Mother's Day for Peace in Boston. And despite her hard work, it never really caught on. And an international alliance of women promoting peace is not really a part of the Mother's Day culture that we have today. But how dreadfully relevant is Howe's call for compassion and international community? I wonder what we might learn from her call to promote this kind of community today. Howe makes her call to all women across the world, not just mothers. But in her context, any power that women held was primarily understood to be in the domestic sphere, in raising children and managing the home. So it makes sense that part of this call for action is an appeal to the special toll that the violence of war was taking on mothers, calling out the cruelty that is a society expecting women to raise children with good and strong values, and then asking those children to betray those values and quite possibly get themselves killed. Rallying around motherhood helped to remind everyone that everyone else is somebody's child. Even those perceived as enemies across the world were once babies who cried, and children who needed their parents to feed them and teach them about the world. The relationship between parent and child exemplifies our nature as relational beings. as inherently interdependent. But there's another lesson from this relationship that I think we can take. To explore another facet of the parent-child relationships, we'll turn to this morning's reading. The speaker is making breakfast with her mother, who is remembering how her own mother wanted to teach her how to cook collards and potato salad. But she turned her mother down because she wanted to be out running around with her friends, stealing peaches off the peach tree like the boys were doing. The poem ends, and Mama knew that wasn't fair. Girls inside and the boys off stealing peaches. So she let all of us stay outside until supper time. And by then, she says, putting our breakfast on the table, it was too late. The too late here seems to mean more than just too late to help with the meal that is already being served, but also too late to learn to cook from your mom once you've grown up or once she's gone. Too late for who knows how many things she might have wanted to teach you. Mothers and other caregivers do more than keep us alive and teach us the skills we need in the world, though that is already quite an accomplishment. They also transmit culture, pass down histories and traditions that help connect us to our ancestors and create a solid root system from which we can grow and continue on the legacies of those who came before us. The poem helps me to see that it isn't only disruptions like death and war that disrupt the transmission of culture, this line of knowledge. It is not always offered equally. The mother in the poem seems to recognize, as an adult, that her mother allowed her a childhood of relative equity with her brothers because she was not forced to stay in the kitchen and learn to cook. Mama knew it wasn't fair. Girls inside and boys off stealing peaches, the poet writes. And just as it is not fair for girls to be stuck in the kitchen while boys are off having adventures, it is not fair how often boys are not invited into the kitchen, how they are discouraged or mocked for participating in these culturally coded feminine activities like cooking and sewing and child rearing. Thanks to women's liberation and listening to the voices of the marginalized and oppressed, we know that the gender we are assigned at birth does not determine what kinds of skills and interests we will have, does not determine our passions or how strong or how sensitive we will end up being. And we know there are plenty of people who grow up with a single father, or with two fathers, or with one or more non-binary parent, and their lives are no less rich, no less filled with love for lack of a formal mother. And for those that grew up with a mother who was physically or emotionally absent, or who felt like more of an antagonist than a cheerleader, appeals to the virtue of motherhood must ring pretty hollow. I think the power in Julia Ward Howe's Mother's Day proclamation is not in uplifting the unique position and perspective of mothers. It is the harsh contrast of the experience of mothering, of nurturing and protecting life, against the actions of war, the absurdity of sending our children to other countries to kill their children. You do not have to have birthed a child or even be their legal guardian to understand this absurdity. With a huge diversity of family structures, we know that it is not only mothers who care for and nurture us into being. I wonder if a more effective approach today for advocating for global community and cooperation would be to appeal to the child in everyone rather than to the mother in some of us. Regardless of our culture or race, our gender or sex, regardless of the religion or country of origin, we all need to be raised. For there to be a future, a brighter future for the human race, children must continue to be raised and cared for, to learn their histories and about the great world of possibilities before them. Children must be able to play outside and steal peaches, as well as learn to cook and clean and care for one another. Children should not be boxed in and limited by their gender, and they shouldn't be worried about their homes being bombed or wondering if they will lose their lives to violent conflicts started generations ago. And whatever our age, we are all children of the human family. So may we return to the spirit of Howe's Mother's Day proclamation and set aside time to solemnly take counsel with each other as to the means whereby the great human family can live in peace. Maybe that begins with celebrating mothers, celebrating all the people in our lives who have taught us what it means to be loved and cared for. May we take that love and care, and may we multiply it. Blessed be, and may it be so. I invite you now to stand in body or in spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, which you find in the gray hymnal, number 182, "Oh, the Beauty of a Life."
Oh,
words for extinguishing the chalice are in your order of service. Please join me if you wish to do so. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. So let's thank everyone who has contributed to this service. Before we sing Shalom, I think we are a little bit early, so we might want to remain in the religious education is still in session. Please remain in the common or in the courtyard until the regular service, and we can enter. Please join hands or cross your hearts over, hands over your heart, and we will sing Shalom together. The words are in your order of service.